And look how professional that looks, guys. This looks so sleek. Like I have $1 million website. I spent a whole entire crazy budget on creating this website. And no, I did this completely free. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a website that looks like this, this, or this. Honestly, guys, the possibilities are endless and it is all free. Well, the only thing you will have to pay for is your domain name and hosting, but I'm going to show you how to create the actual website for free. Now, if I can do this, guys, anybody can. I don't know any code, HTML, or any of that stuff. I created my website, Tried and True Mom Jobs, using the exact same platform I'm going to share with you guys today. And it now makes me over $200,000 a year on autopilot. I have a course where I teach my methods at the sixfigureblogblueprint.com, but I want you guys to get your website up and running first. That is the biggest hurdle. So once your site is up and you're ready to start getting traffic to your website, come on over to Six Figure Blog Blueprint and join my students and I as they work toward their six-figure blog. All right. And I do have affiliate links for when you guys are ready to purchase your domain name and hosting. So if you find this video valuable, I'd love it if you would go ahead and use my links when you're ready to make a purchase. It's at no extra cost to you. And I just want you guys to let you know that what brought me to doing this video, so I'm creating a brand new website for a friend who has a cleaning service. So I said, well, what better opportunity for me to actually record what I'm doing in real time to show you guys how I'm creating her website and to show you all the ways that you can create your own. You ready? Let's go. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is when you are creating a website, you need to have a domain name. This will be the name of your website. This is the name that everyone will use when they're trying to access your website. So I use Namecheap. They are the best around and they are I'll say the most affordable. I don't like to use the word cheap, but this is a website that I use to buy all of my domain names. So what we're going to do first is that I'm going to put in the domain name that I want for my site. So I'm going to go to domains, domain name search, and then I'm going to go put in the domain name that I'm going to create for this tutorial, and it's UP Cleaning Services. And I already checked to see if it was available. And it was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to cart. And then I'm going to check out. Now when you're checking out, I'm going to do it for just a year. And then I'm going to check these other things. You want to do domain privacy as well. So I want to enable that because that's obviously, it's free forever. So why wouldn't you do it? I'm not going to purchase any upgrades. SSL, we're going to get through all of those in the next lesson. So don't worry about any of this stuff here. You're going to confirm your order and then create your account if you don't already have one. So that's the step. It's a very easy step to purchase your domain name. Next, you're going to want to get hosting. Now, there are a ton of different hosting platforms out there, but I like to use things that are tried and true. Now, I've used SiteGround before, and I've had no problems with them, so that's why I'm recommending this to you. Right now, they're offering a crazy Black Friday early access deal, but this deal will not last forever, so I don't know when you're viewing this video, but the price will probably be different when you are signing up. But when you're signing up, this is what I recommend you do. You get WordPress hosting. So I want to say get deal for right now. And then get the WordPress hosting. I also have an affiliate link. So if you guys would like to sign up with my affiliate link, feel free. I will leave that for you guys. Now, getting started, you only need the startup plan. Because remember, you can always upgrade later. And you want to keep your expenses as low as possible. So for the startup plan, you want to get one website, 10 gigabytes of web space, and 10,000 visits monthly. Now remember, you're just getting started, so this is fine. So we're gonna go ahead and get this plan right here. And then we already registered our domain name with Namecheap. So we're gonna put in that domain name right now. So the one for this video I'm using is, I'm gonna actually go to, I already have a domain name, and it's upcleaningservices.com. And I'm gonna go to proceed. And then I'm going to enter all of my information here. And then what I'm going to do is once you get, this is what you need to know. I'm going to do a startup plan, and I'm only going to do it for 12 months because just getting started, I want to see, can I really commit to this? So they offer you can do 1 month, 12 months, or 24 months. but I'm just going to do 12 months. I want to see if I can commit to a year, and if I can start seeing some progress, then that will motivate me to keep this on and extend my package to another couple years. Okay, so we're going to do 12 months. You do not need this site scanner. They're going to continue to try and upgrade you, but you don't need to do any of that. So what you're going to do is just do 12 months. I'm going to put my personal information in here. So this is how you go about purchasing your hosting. Okay, after you make a purchase, SiteGround sends you an email. Then you go to that email and they're going to give you your email address that you signed up with, and then they're going to tell you to sign up with the password that you used at the beginning. So go ahead right now and put in my email address for this and the password. And let's get ready to set your site up. So what we're going to do first is going to go to Setup Site. We have an existing domain name, and this is the existing domain name right here. Going to go to Continue. And then we want to start a new website. And doing it with WordPress. And this is where you can set up your login too. So you're going to put in the email address and then the password that you want to use when you are logging into WordPress. So you do want to remember this. This is very important. Now they're going to ask you, do you want Site Scanner? You do not need this. So we're going to just skip this part and go to Finish. And this is going to create our website for us. Okay, so now that we're all set, we're going to need to point our domain name to SiteGround. So this is important right here. So we need to go back to Namecheap where we purchased our domain name, and we have to redirect it to SiteGround now. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So we're going to go back to Namecheap so we can redirect our domain name to SiteGround now. So what you want to do is go to our domain name that we purchased for this specific website, and then we're going to go to Manage. And then you want to go down to where it says Namecheap Basic DNS and go to Custom DNS. And then we're going to go back to SiteGround and copy and paste this information right here. So we're going to go just Control C and then Control V to paste it. Go back to the second one, Control C to copy it and Control V. And then you're going to go press this check mark right here. And it takes some time for this to happen, but it takes about 48 hours to take effect. So let's go and finish to what we're going to do for SiteGround. So once we do that, then we can go to Site Tools to get started. Okay, so now while we're just waiting for our domain to point to our website, we can do some other things like add security to our website. So if you go to security right here and SSL Manager, this is very important. You want to make sure you do this because this is very important to Google. They want to make sure that your site is protected. So what we're going to do is go to select your domain name, and then select the SSL, and then you're going to go to Let's Encrypt, and then you're going to go to Get. And this is going to be where it's going to put the S in after where it says HTTP. Now it's going to say HTTPS before your website name. So this is how you know that your website is secure, and this is very important to do. Okay, so it says Let's Encrypt is installed. So now our website is configured and we're all set to go. So you can go just to back, and now we're all good to go there. And that is how you add your SSL certificate to your website. Next, I want to show you how to add email. So we're going to go over here to email and then go to accounts. I'm going to show you how to add one. So if you wanted to create an email for your account where it would say, for example, info@upcleaningservices.com. This is how your site looks professional. So now you have your own professional email account. So we can go ahead right here. If you want, you could just put info, and then you can create a password. You could just generate one if you wanted to, and then create. And that's it. So when you actually want to go and check your email, I highly recommend that you can actually incorporate your email with your Gmail account, because the user experience for this is not very friendly. So I'm going to show you how to actually check this mail. So you're going to go to Actions, and then you're going to go log into Webmail. And this is where you can send and receive messages, but I don't like it because this is the only place that you can go to receive these messages. So what I do is I actually go ahead and incorporate this email address or email account into my Gmail so I can send and receive emails from my Gmail account. I'm going to put an article in the description below on how you can do that, but I always usually work with my host to help me incorporate this. So if you want to send an email, just go to Compose, and then you can see that's info@upcleaningservices.com, and then you can send it to whoever you want. And people can send you messages as well, and you can just see it here. So this is just a quick example of how you can create an email and actually go have incoming and outgoing messages. Okay, now let's go into our WordPress website. So now we're going to go to WordPress right here. Now there are two ways to do this to get to your website. So this one way is to log into SiteGround and go over here and go to install and manage. And if you go down here to your website, you can just come over here to actions. And then this is where you can go to log into admin panel. Or you can actually just go into a new tab. And I'm going to show you how this looks. You're going to put your domain name. So this is upcleaningservices.com. And then you're going to services.com/wp-admin. And this is what you're going to put in every single time that you're just ready to go to your website. So you don't have to go through SiteGround and all through that process just to get to your WordPress website. You can easily just put in your domain name /wp-admin, and that will take you where you can actually log into your website right here, put in your information, and it'll take you directly to your website. But in this video, we're going to just go in this way. So we're going to go to actions and then log into admin panel. And then this is how we're going to get to the back end of our website. Now, the first thing I want to do for you guys to do is just go to settings really quick. And I just want to make sure that I'm going to show you, your permalinks are set up right. So you go to settings and then permalinks. You want to make sure that it's on post name. Now I go in detail about my course and like how you're supposed to make sure that your permalinks are keyword optimized. So you don't have to worry about that right now, but this is just important to see that this is checked. You don't want anything else checked here, okay? So once that's good, let's get to the next step. And then we're going to go to plugins next. So what we're going to do is going to go to add new right here. And you're going to already have some plugins that are already in that SiteGround have put in there. And that's all fine. But we're going to add some new ones. So the one we're going to add right now is it's a plugin called WP Astra. And this is how we're going to design our site. So let's go ahead and go to starter templates and install now. And then we're going to go to activate. So to get to this part right here, we want to go down here to see library. Now this is going to be where we can easily design your website. You can completely customize your whole entire website. Now you see all these templates right here. You can choose any of these and make it your own. All you got to do is swap out these pictures, swipe out the content, and your site is ready made. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. Now, when you see when it says premium right here, these are the ones that are paid for. So you have to pay for those. But I'm going to show you how to create a completely free website. So we're not going to choose any of those. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this video, I'm going to just choose this one because I want you just to understand how you can completely make this your own. When you're designing your website, essentially you can go to other websites that you like and then look through these to try and, I don't want to say copy, but just use that for inspiration and then make it your own with one of these templates. You know, just take a look to see how it's all designed and say, oh, I want a website like this, but I want to say this. You know, you're completely making this your own. But for this example, for this video, I'm going to use this one just to show you all the things and all the different ways that you can customize this. And just so you guys know, yes, I can use this one, but I can also use part of this one. I can also use part of this one. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So let's start with this one. So I'm going to click on this. And they are allowing me to just go ahead right away and I can put in the logo right here. And if I don't have a logo, I can put in I can upload it later. It says skip and continue. I do have a logo for this, but I want to just skip and continue because what I'm going to do, I'll show you how my website that I create ends up looking later. But I just want to, for the purpose of this video, show you all the things that you can do with this. All right. So we're going to go just skip and continue. Then we're going to continue, keep this all the same, submit and build my website. And voila, so it says your website is ready and it took just 19 seconds. So let's go ahead and view it right now. Okay, so this is a beautifully done website. This is all already done for you and you can just put in your own stuff. And what I love about this so much is that you can completely make this your own. So what I was talking about earlier is say that, let's go ahead and edit this, okay? So we're gonna go, when we wanna edit this, we're gonna go to edit with Elementor. So we'll just go to edit with Elementor, and this is the web builder tool that we're going to be using to make edits and continue just to make this a good professional looking website. So say for example, I like this, but then I wanted to add some different boxes right under this, but I don't have space for here. So there's probably another template that does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this plus sign right here. It means add section. And then this allows me to do a couple things. Right here, I can add a new section and I can have 2 spaces right here if I wanted to, where it will be a divider. You can see right here, I can have one thing, add something here and here, or I could add something else. The plus sign allows me to add different widgets, and I can add a template here. Now these are all Elementor templates, so we are able to do so much here, okay? Now, when it says pro, that means it's premium, so that means you have to pay for it. We're not paying for anything here. Now, this is all things that if I wanted to add for Elementor, I could, but I'm going to show you how it works with Astra. So if I go back to the plus sign here, I'm going to use the starter template from the things we've downloaded. Now, I'm going to show you a quick example of how I'm just trying to show you all the things you have access to. So say, for example, I liked how this layout right here, you see these 4 boxes here under here. Say I wanted that on my website. So I'm going to click on this whole theme right here. Now they have a who we are page, a contact us page, and a home page. You see right here, about us page, home, and contact. I want this section right here of this website. So I'm going to click on the home page and I'm going to import it into my other current home page. Because what I'm going to do, I just like the way they set it up on here, and I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I can just take certain sections of this template and add it to my site. So what I'm going to do is I incorporated this whole entire home page to my site, but I don't want to do that. All I wanted was just this one little section right here. So what I'm going to do is delete all this stuff. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to delete this. And this was a new section too. Delete that, and I can delete that too. So you see this right here was completely from another template, but I like the way it was already laid out. So I just added it to this other template that I have from the starter template, and I can scroll down and have another whole new section right here. And if I don't like this, I just get rid of this. And then when you want to see how it looks like, just to get a good preview, you can minimize it right here by pressing this arrow, hide this panel, and then it will show you how your website looks. So, I mean, it's going to stay professional because I want to stay in these pre-templated things that they already created that looks really nice and sleek. And I'm just going to edit it. So that's just one example of how you can incorporate however many you want into your theme. And I just want to show you guys an example because it's really cool and all the things that you can do. Okay, so this is where I want to show you all the cool things that you can do for your, what they call this is above the fold. So that's before you start scrolling. You want to make a great impression on your users when they get to your site. You want them to be like, wow, this is nice, this is professional, because this builds so much credibility to you. So there's just so many things that you guys can do with this. So I want to show you what you can do just to, if you wanted to make this section look really cool. So there's this site called Pexels, and they can actually they have some video footage on there. So if you had like a cooking website, I put in video and then cooking, and then I scrolled over to videos, And I found a really cool video that I wanted to show you guys how it would look if I added that in this website. So I'm going to show you how it looks. So this is a video right here that I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to download this and show you what it looks like on the website. It's going to be really cool. So then I'm going to actually go right here, the edit this section, and all this stuff is based in sections. You can completely just right click and edit the heading, duplicate it, copy it. It's all just like so user friendly. But I'm going to click on this section, and if you see over here, this is where I can work on this area and make things different. So what I want to do is I want to change this image. So I want to go to, now that I clicked on this, it's going to take me over here to style. And I want to replace this image and add this other video that I have and choose image. And I'm going to upload the file that I just downloaded. So I'm going to go to select files, download, and then download the video that I just did. Okay, so I downloaded it. Now it gave me a file URL. So what I'm going to do is copy this URL right here. Or I could just do this right here, copy. And then I want to X out of this. And then I want to go to this video file right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and paste that link. And look how professional that looks, guys. This looks so sleek. Like I have $1 million website. I spent a whole entire crazy budget on creating this website. And no, I did this completely free. So you see how this is? Doesn't this look good? So if you had a cooking website or whatever, I'll highly recommend just going through Pexels and seeing what kind of different videos they have to make your stuff look top notch. Now, some other things that you could do is that you can even just put in YouTube videos. So I want to show you how to do that next. Go to YouTube. I just found some surfer video that you can use. Now, from my understanding, you can use videos from YouTube because that is a public place where that person put their video for the public to see. So from my understanding, you can use that on your website. That's just my understanding. You can always double check that too. But I just wanted to share that with you guys that you can do that because it still does give them credit right here, as you can see up there. But that's another way you can do that. And that looks so sleek, okay? It just looks amazing. So those are just some of the things that you can do to make your website look very high end. And if you don't want to do that, you can always do a picture. So I also use Pexels for images. So if I just wanted to do an image really quick for this video, I could just stick with maybe food and just go to photos. And when I'm looking for images to have on my website, just so you guys know, I'm looking for horizontal images like this, not like portrait size images like that, because it won't really work well for your website. So just for the purpose of this video, one of the things that I do to keep my images compressed is that I'll download this, but images are big files. So I always like to minimize them. So I'll go to this website called Short Pixel to compress the image, to make it smaller. So I'll go to Short Pixel and then go to compress, and then I'll add my image. So I'm just gonna click on this right here and go to my downloaded file because I just downloaded this. And I'm going to reduce the size of it. It's 2.3 megs right now. And I don't want to add an image that's that large. So what I do, I want to reduce it. And then once it's reduced, I'm going to go ahead and download the reduced version, add it to my site, and that will be what I would add to my site. So that's the way I go around by keeping my images optimized. So I'm going to download this right here and then go back to my website. And then for the example of this video, I'm going to just click on Classic, and this is where I can add the image, upload, select file. It will be my download folder where I just did this. This is the most optimized image right here. Open. And another thing too, you always want to use your alt text. So you want to also make sure that you are saying what the image looks like for the visually impaired. So you want to just say something like 2 women talking over food. And you can also put in specific keywords to whatever this is that you're trying to rank for on Google. But that's a whole another topic for another day. So you can insert the image here, and then that's how you can do it. Now, if you see that if you see that this has a background overlay to it, I can tell because the opacity, or I can't even pronounce that, but you can make this brighter or you can make this darker where the words stand out a lot better. So it's up to you, but this is how you can play around with this and make it completely your own. Just so many options to this. I love it. Now, if you wanted to add some words to this, and then this is where you can change the alignment. You can make it go left, center, right, justify. It changes the, see if you can just change the H1, it makes it a lot bigger. H3 like before. You can completely play around with this. You can change the colors. If you wanted to even add text, what you would do is you would use this right here and then go click again, and then you can even click on heading if you want to add some more words, and then you add a heading right there. There's just so much you can do. If you want to change the font color to this, you go to style, and then you click on text color. You can go to global colors, or actually for this one, you can go to make this white like the other one so it looks better. You can make it bigger by going typography and clicking on that and increasing the size. You can make it smaller or larger. It's like completely at your disposal. So this is just an example of how this works. I want you guys to completely make this your own. Next, we're gonna go over on how to logos and this section up here. But I also want to show you some things down here. If you wanted to do the same thing here, that's just for the home page. Now, when you have the home page, I recommend that you have something on the home page that's gonna get the user to understand completely what the reason that what you serve. So for example, on my website, if we go to it really quickly, this is what mine is like. It's triedandtruemomjobs.com. That's my website. So I say, do you want to work from home? My website is all about people who want to make money from home. So it's very specific to who I'm looking, my targeted audience is for. And it says, see what moms are doing today, tried and true. And it takes them on a journey. So it says start here. So I want you guys to think about this when you're doing your website. Give them guide them along the way. You want to hold their hand. So I'm just giving you guys that example when you're doing your website on how you can do yours. Let's go to add the logos to this website. So this is the logo for on this site right here. And I'm going to show you how to actually go about that for this site. So if we go to, now to get back to like the main page, you can always go right here, hit these 3 lines here, go to exit, and then you can leave this. I haven't published it yet because I'm just for the purpose of this video. And then you can go to the WordPress dashboard right there. And if you just go to visit site, this is where we're going to be able to look at and go to customize. So here in customize, this is where you can change the logos, make it your own. This area right here, you can add all of this stuff. So if you go to under header builder, this is where you're going to be able to update the logo. So you see where it says site title and logo. Now this is where you would add your logo. You can remove this and then you can add your logo in here. Same thing for this one. This is just their logo. And now for this right here, section over here, this is for the primary menu. This is where this is all right here. So you're going to go to primary menu, and then you're going to go to configure menu from here. And then you're going to click on primary menu, and you're going to edit this menu. So the primary menu is what you see right here. And we're going to edit this just to show you how it looks. Now, when you're doing a blog, you're going to probably want definitely an about page, a contact us page, maybe not a projects, but maybe this would be like a category. So if you talk about saving money, you would want a category page called saving money where all of your blog posts will go under this section. Same thing for services. You don't probably need services unless you offer services on your blog. But if you don't want this, you go to just click on this right here, and at the very bottom, go to remove, and it will automatically remove that. You see how that's gone? And then that's how you remove these right here. Okay, so that's just for that right here. If you don't want this take action button right here, you can just choose another theme. You don't have to have this one right here. I just chose this one because for the website I'm creating, I want to have a button like this. But this is how you manipulate all this stuff right here and make it your own. It's very easy. And if you want to also change the colors of it because you don't like the current colors. You want to just go back right here. And then this is where you can go to global. And this is where you can go to colors. And this is where you can change the colors to make them whatever you want, okay? This is just for the template right here. And you can just make it different styles that they already have pre-built in this. And if you don't like this, what you have, remember, you can always go to another template and just change it to whatever they have, or there are different options. This is completely customizable. So that's how you go about that. And the same thing with the footer. You're gonna have a footer as well. You can just click on the footer and it will automatically pop up over here. And this is how you can completely make it your own. And that's what I love about this so much. And they're gonna always try to get you to upgrade. Just continue to just hide builder and just do what you have to do. Actually, you got to show builder for this, and you can make it your own right here. For copyright, this is pretty cool because this is where you can just add in your information. You can put in the current year. We're always going to state, let's see if this is optimized. Yes, so you want to keep this the same because it's going to keep it the current year. So when it's 2023, you will not have to update this. It will do it on its own. So that's really cool. And it's going to even has my website, UP Cleaning Services, in here. So you want to keep this the same. And it's already done for you. Obviously, the address I would change. So I can go ahead and change that. And these are widgets as well. And then it's just telling you about how you can change this. So I would just update this and then publish it with my new address if I was going to put any information there. So that is how you go about doing the header and the footer. Okay, next you have your about page. And I'm not going to go too far depth about this because it's going to be the exact same thing. So once again, you can completely customize this. So when you are ready, this is the about page as it currently looks like. And remember, if you want to just look through other ones to see what they have, feel free. So you're going to go to Edit with Elementor. And if you want to change anything, you can go to the other templates about page and just add to it or delete whatever you don't want here. It's like completely customizable. So like this could really have you guys doing this for like days, just having so many ideas on how you can make this. But you know, done is better than perfect too. So you also don't want to spend much time on this because this is going to be ever evolving. You're never going to be fully done with this thing, but you do want to have a professional looking website. And like I said, when I'm doing my websites, I always use stock photos. That's how it's going to make your site look beautiful and professional, and it will give you a lot of credibility. So I use Unsplash and Pexels. So Pexels is Pexels. And what I want to do too, so I'm just going to show you what that looks like. So this is the about page, but I'm going to go over to the contact us page because that's what I really want to show you, just to give you a quick example of how this works. So I'm going to get out of this right here, go back to the page, my contact page, to show you how it looks. So always when you're getting back to this, you can go to the dashboard this way, and this is how you go to your actual site. And then we're going to go to contact page right here. And then I'm going to edit this just to show you guys how this works. Actually, I'm not going to edit it. Oh, let's see if we can get out of that. Okay, so this is the contact us page. Once again, we can completely make this our own. This is going to be where you can just update your information right here. And what I would do if I were you, I would do a test because this form is already actually set up to send to the WordPress email that you set this site up with. So if I just were to put in a message, I would receive it. So Whitney Bonds, and then I'll do my Whitney at sixfigureblogblueprint.com. And I go over this a little bit more in my course, contact us page. And then I will send a message just as a test to make sure that it's working, and then to make sure that I'm receiving these emails. And once again, you want to edit this page, make it your own. This footer, once you complete this, it will completely be automated on every single page on your website. You want to edit with Elementor and update your information, and that will be your contact us page. And remember, you can use these as a guide, or you can go to other websites that have a contact us page and just kind of use that as inspiration. Okay, so that's how you use your contact page. This is very simple. It's like already done for you, and you have completely your own website. So this is how you are creating your website. You have your logo. I do want to recommend, I have a contact at Fiverr that I've used in the past. He does great logos, so I will leave that information as well. And then you have this all set up. So I do want to do a quick tutorial on the back end of WordPress, just so you kind of know where this stuff even is coming from. And then that will lead you in the right direction for your website. I also want to show you guys how this looks on mobile, just to make sure that it's mobile responsive and how it looks. So one thing that you can do is that if you hover over at the bottom right here, you go to responsive mode, and then you can have a couple options. This is the desktop option that we're on right now. You can have the tablet option or the mobile. When you click on tablet, it will show you how it will look like on a tablet. It's already completely optimized. Same thing with mobile. You click on mobile right here, it will show you how it will look on your actual cell phone or smartphone, and exactly how it will look. So you just want to always just continue to look at these to make sure that it looks good, especially for mobile, because mobile is huge. Most people will come to your website on their mobile phone. So you want to make sure that they are getting a great user experience. So as you are creating your website, don't forget to go to this mode to see how everything looks on mobile, because that will be very important in the success of your website. All right, so getting back to our website, we're going to go ahead and go back to it. And I'm going to show you what the WordPress, kind of the back end of WordPress looks like, just so you guys know what you're going to be doing, okay? So we're going to go back to this WordPress right here. This is how you get to your WordPress dashboard. I'm just going to quickly go over some of the things that you want to know. So if you go to post right here, posts are your blog posts, okay? And when you're doing your blog posts, you do not want to do them in Elementor. So there will be an option where they will ask you, do you want to do that? So if you go to add new, this is how you go about creating a new blog post. So you go ahead and just, this is going to be your blog post. So you could be like, how to start a blog. That's going to be the title. But then when you actually are doing the title of the actual blog, you're going to click on add block right here. And then you're going to do a heading. And for all of your articles, the title should be wrapped in H1. Now, this is just one tip I'm going to give you guys. The rest that I talk about is in my course. But this is what you want to do. So how to create a course or to create a blog. I don't know why everything is in font. In capitalized. Probably have it on caps. But this is how you would want to create your blog. Never edit your blog post with Elementor, okay? I'm gonna let you guys know that right now, okay? So that is how you create a blog post. We're gonna go back to the WordPress dashboard just to let you guys know what else to do. And then media is gonna be your library. So this is where it's gonna house all of your images and things like that. And all of these images, just so you know, they came from the template that I have. So I'm gonna show you a step 2 that's very important that you cannot skip. So stay tuned. I'm going to show that in a second. That's going to be its own little quick video. And pages are things like your About Us page, your home page, your privacy policy, projects, and things like that. These are going to be pages. So those are pages. Pages are different from blog posts. So blog posts are articles that you are writing. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I write my articles to rank on Google. So I write my articles in a certain way for them to rank. And those are all under posts, okay? Next thing you know, you can have comments on here. So that's where people will be commenting on your blog posts. And this is where you can see all of that. And then Elementor, this is the plugin that we have. Templates, this is the WP form. So this is a form that's set up on your contact us page. This is where you can actually see where this information is coming from. And there's just so much we can be going into in all of this, but there's not much you have to do here because the information is already set up for you. But this is what it looks like, okay? And then I'm just gonna go back right here. And this is just, these are things to know. So users is important too, because if you ever wanted to add someone to your website to actually go ahead and edit it, you can add new and give them certain access to your site, and you can let them know what the role is. So would it be a contributor? So if someone's doing a guest post for you, you can give them access where they can only have contributor access, author, editor, or administrator. So administrators are, I think, people like your host, or someone that you want to take over your website to do some things for you, okay? And then tools and things like that. This is just for importing different things, a little more advanced. Permalinks and things like that, it's all in here. But those are just kind of the things I wanted to share with you for your WordPress, just so you can kind of know what that is. I always scroll down under here to SG Optimizer and then go to Environment, and then just make sure that you have the HTTPS enforce checked, and that will make sure that your site will be secure and you will have the HTTPS on your website. So those are the last and final steps of creating your website. Congratulations.